unrealistic expectations will destroy marriages. If I expect her to be home at 6:15, but her normal practice, just her practice alone, it never gets her there before 7, then I'm being unrealistic. And what I'm doing is I'm setting myself up to be messed up, to come into a lot of frustration, struggle, more tension in the relationship than really needs to be, simply because of a unrealistic view of what I think is going to happen. See, people have fairy tale marriages. It's not like what you see on TV, Ozzy and Harriet, and all of those different people. I'm telling my age now when I talk about Ozzy and Harriet. But the reality is that we really get our images of marriage off of the media or from our families. And if we didn't grow up with a family that was functional within the marriage, we grew up in some dysfunctional situations, if the truth be told, which means that in those situations when we saw certain things acted out or taking place, what it does for us is that it shapes our thinking as to how we're to deal with issues when they occur in our lives. So if I saw physical things transpire with my parents, then, and that's how they resolved issues, physically. Guess what?
Boxing.
See that, right, if I see yelling, screaming, a lot of tension, and at some point it seems like they're okay, everything is fine, then I'm going to yell, scream. The problem is, if my spouse didn't grow up that way, or if my spouse did grow up that way, but what our behavior is inconsistent with the will of God, because he's not saying yell, scream, fight, get physical with each other. No, he's not saying that. So all of that has to come under the rule of God. And then we look at how important communication is. We have to settle it today. Communication is one of the most important aspects of marriage. I'll go at the top to say it's second, because false expectation is taking over. I'm putting it at the top, number one. But it is taking over because we go into marriage with these ideas that's not real. It's fairy tale. And it's fairy tale. And we see people that are thriving and doing well in marriage. It's not because they woke up one day and said, we're just going to do great from now on. No, 9 times out of 10, they came to a decision that we're going to make this work. And if it means me personally having to die to myself in order for our marriage together to work, then I'm willing personally to do that. It has to be on that end. So those people went through something. They had to walk through some places to get to where they are. And so it doesn't happen overnight. But it can happen if we'll be consistent. And that's why I said effective communication just doesn't come. But it comes as you purpose to do it. You gotta do it.
And just one quick thing, even pertaining to that, the unrealistic expectations. You were talking about what happens when you were using the example of, if I said I would be home at a certain time when the practice has been that it's, 30 minutes or 40 minutes even after I say the time that I'm going to be home. You said you'll still continue to have those expectations because you said, she said she would be home at this time, even though
You are now listening to NM3dots.com. Free download.